Hello and welcome back to the Popcorn for Dinner podcast. And welcome to Godolkin University, where we are crafting the next stars of Riverdale and whatever CW show is on the air. Today, we start our coverage of the first season of Gen V, Prime Video's spin off of its hit show, The Boys. And joining me, hopefully for this entire season, is the friendless superheroes I know. They're kind of like PewDiePie, but without the Nazi stuff. It's Bolu and TMT. How are you guys doing?
Doing great. I love how the introduction got you right. Bolu and TMT as it should be. Glad to be here.
TMT, what's your retort?
Um, the cat's out of the bag.
What
It's
is the
been
cat?
on deadline. It's been on deadline. It's been on Fox TV.
Fox,
I'm in the
okay.
news. I'm in the new season of Ted Lasso, and yeah, I'm playing his half brother Wale,
Oh.
and
I'm just gonna let
yeah,
you. I'm gonna
man.
let you continue. Land with this. I
I'm
want you to
happy.
land
I'm
this.
Land.
no, like it's just like it's
Take this
crazy
home. Take this
news,
home.
and obviously like they shouldn't have announced it now because obviously like there's the Writers Guild strike and everything happening, but
Uh-huh.
like I don't care. Listen,
Okay. You're
I'm
just a
not
scar.
part of I'm not part of your little games, your little politics. I don't care about I just want to make art. I just want to
Okay.
make art with my friends, go home,
At,
have a nice
at God
bottle of
University.
Chardonnay. Yeah. Yeah, listen to some new kids, new boys. You're a jerk. And just enjoy my night. So all these your politics, it don't concern me.
Just so you know, there's a K-pop band called New Kid. So like he's trying to like act like he doesn't listen to K-pop. He's not trying to like diffuse it to New Boys. But he's a K-pop boy apparently. We just found out today. Breaking
Look at
news.
how I'm dressed. Of course, I'm a freaking K-pop boy. But you think I would ever hide that? You think I'm
Yes.
ashamed of my leanings, political or
Yes.
otherwise? No, I'm in this
What
ten
are your
toes.
political leanings?
Um,
Whatever the money says, like
physically,
Germany.
I'm a Republican.
Hmm,
Look at these
What does
guns.
Okay. So
but
let's talk about no, no, no. I'm not letting that. I'm not giving you. I'm not giving that air. I
Yeah.
tried to give you some space, and I regretted it from the moment it started happening. We're talking
yeah,
about Gen V. Um, Welcome everyone to. If you're new to the podcast, thank you for checking in. Thank you for listening. Please, we have other things that we're covering right now. Actually, we're covering the Continental, which is the prequel spin-off of John Wick. 3 episodes, 3 nights. You can check that out now. We have 2 episodes out on the feed already. And then we covered sex education last week, 3 episodes on the final season. So please check that out as well. Top Boy, Winning Time, rest in peace. Barbenheimer, we covered all of those things. Barbenheimer, we have like 4 episodes on Barbenheimer over the summer, one of which TMT was meant to be there, but he hadn't watched
hmm
Barbenheimer,
hmm
and he still hasn't watched
still
Barbenheimer,
still haven't.
even though
Like
he hasn't watched.
you haven't watched either.
I
He's
haven't.
You're meant
Actually,
to
it
watch
was
it.
pretty good. You should check it out. You
He's
generally
Yeah,
should.
I'm waiting for the DVD with the special features, guys. Just like let me breathe, okay? Yeah, yeah,
okay.
like you. Yeah, I don't like to be put in a corner. I don't want to be defensive, but like you're really bringing, you're really bringing it out of me. But
I
yeah, I'm
feel like
waiting
we
for
need,
the special
I, I feel like we need
features.
to I feel like we need to attack you because you haven't watched Barbenheimer.
I,
TMT was
w-
going to watch
I,
it with me
w-
in London, and then he came late. I'm sorry, I had to
and I bought
expose
a
you.
ticket. It was £3. I want the
Oh, it
director's
was cinema
cut.
day. I think,
I
but I
want the
think Oppenheimer
director's
is
cut.
the director's cut. I don't think he has a longer cut out there, considering how he
I
held
want I want
Universal to.
director's commentary. That's what I meant. My bad.
Okay,
I want
sure.
director's commentary.
Okay, let's talk about Gen V. We're talking about the first 3 episodes that all came out today, the 3 episode premiere. Episode 1 is written by Craig Rosenberg, Evan Goldberg, who is Seth Rogen's writing and producing partner, and Eric Kripke, who is the boys' showrunner, and directed by Nelson Craig. Episode 2 is written by Zach Schwartz and Brett Egelstein, and directed by Nelson Craig. And episode 3 is written by Erica Rosby and directed by Phil Gritcher. Okay, let me start with general thoughts. Bolu, it's your first time on the podcast. Welcome. What are your general thoughts on Gen V? What did you expect going in and what did you get?
Okay. Gen V, I'm a bit of a comics book nerd,
Mm-hmm.
so I've like consumed a lot of like comic content. So I've read a bit of the boys, and there's one thing I
Yeah.
always give credit although I felt it was not a bar too high, was that the show is like a market improvement on the comics. Like the comics are like an extremely cynical, to the point of almost hateful take, but like kind of like parody take on like superheroes and just
Superheroes.
how wrong it could go.
Yeah.
So the show tends to mellow things out and like make a decent story. So obviously the whole concept of Gen V of like the God University is a similar concept actually in the comics too.
Oh,
So it
okay.
brings it to life, the comics, but it's extremely dark and cynical in the comics. So far, I'll say the show is good. It's not as amazing as the boy. I felt like the boy season one was like special.
Hmm.
Gen V is really good, great performances, likable cast, and I'm interested to see where it goes and where the show goes. But overall, I think it's a good watch. I think people should watch it and give it a chance. It's a worthy spin-off of the boys. It's not as strong as the boys, but it's a very strong start and it's a very good show. It continues to trademark gore and blood, but it's a good show.
Yeah,
So
it
that's
definitely
my, that's
continues to
my first
trademark
thoughts.
Go on Blood. Go on Blood. I mean, for anyone, maybe it's the first time on the podcast, we are going to be talking about spoilers. This is a spoilers reaction to the 3 episodes, so please don't. Yeah, it's going to be spoiler filled. Speaking of cynical, TMT, what did you think of these first 3 episodes?
Honestly, I didn't expect Gen V to be good.
Okay.
I thought it was going to be a bit of a how do you say, like a sort of vampire diaries of sorts, like what's one of those shows with good looking people and powers, magic, what the hell ever. And I thought it was going to like kind of not hold my attention, but I was wrong.
Wait, good
I'm
looking people with
I'm
powers don't hold your attention.
not
Then what?
It means that
particularly.
he means like the whole CW formula. Although I take offense because I did enjoy the first few seasons of Vampire Diaries. Like I'm just going to admit it. Like
No, I think you're fine. I think you're fine. I think you also this is also the right summer to because it seems that people were rewatching Vampire Diaries. So you're fine in admitting that.
I don't
Um,
think this is the place to admit your feelings, honestly. Let's I think this is about Gen V. And what I can say
yeah.
about Gen V is it had me. The first 3 minutes, there's a
mhm,
cold open. And the
mhm.
first 3 minutes is just woof, it's strong. It's a strong
So
opener, and I'm just like, okay, this is like it feels like it's the same universe.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. So I
yeah,
mentioned this to you guys, and obviously it's new to the listeners, but I want to do a segment at the end of this about just like I can't believe this was allowed to be on TV, right? Considering the and I only mentioned that because that cold open is my number one on the list.
yeah, it's
Like
crazy.
from the moment we'll get there, but from the moment she starts going like up the stairs, you get. I honestly, it's funny because I was having dinner when I was watching the episode, and I
I was
had an
eating
idea.
too.
I don't know what was going to happen, and paused it and I went to find a different show to watch. I was like, I'm not going to watch because I know probably know what's going to happen. I'm not going to watch a show while what's about to happen happens.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
so okay, I I didn't have low expectations for Gen V because I really, 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 really rate Seth Rogen as a TV producer. I've,
Right.
I don't think he hasn't brought anything that I didn't like. Obviously, they're all
I
in
think
varying
yeah,
qualities of
he
good, but he hasn't brought anything I didn't like.
he has a
Uh,
strong nose for quality.
hmm hmm
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the
And
only thing
then
I did. Oh, sorry.
no, no, go
The
ahead, go
thing
ahead.
I think the only thing I didn't love. I mean, I liked it initially, but I didn't love it. Probably Preacher, but overall, I think I like most of his stuff.
Yeah, like
Oh,
Preacher,
oh, I
did
love
he
Preacher.
fall? Did he fall down a bit? Yeah, but I still liked it. Future Man, did he fall
Yeah,
down a bit? Probably, but I still liked it.
I know
Um,
what's like.
Yeah, it's fine. But my point is so. But then obviously it's the boys, and I think I was having a discussion with somebody actually. I think the boys it's at the right point to actually have a spin off because like it's probably at its peak. Like I think public interest in the boys is probably at an all time high right now after season three, um, both critically and just fans wise. So
Yeah,
I. But I didn't know what kind of show GMV was going to be, and after 3 episodes, I still don't know if I know what kind of show it is yet, um, because we know like the boys, as you said, is grounded and it's funny and it's stupid, but it also sometimes comes with it wants to say something, right? It's a satire on corporations and people with power and masculinity and stuff like that. And I was like, Is Gen V going to be something like that, or is it just going to be a flat out teenage show? I wasn't really sure.
Mm-hmm.
Right, for me, I want to hear you guys' thoughts. For me, right now at this point, it feels like it's a flat out teenage show. Right? It's a teenage stroke university show. It's a higher pedigree superhero Riverdale. For like, it's not, the quality is definitely not close to Riverdale. It's much higher pedigree, but like at this point, it doesn't seem like it has. This is going to sound pretentious, so I apologize. But it doesn't seem like it has bigger thoughts on its mind right now, which is not a bad thing. But like, the boys does when he attacks corporations and things like so. I don't know what kind of show it wants to be yet, but I am enjoying whatever show I am seeing right now. Does that make
You
sense to
know
you
how?
guys?
Yeah, it does. I think I mean, you asked us to watch the first three episodes, which I
Yeah.
did because
Mm-hmm.
and it was easy for me because also I'm lazy, and I really got into it, and I was like, I was having the same thoughts you're having, which were, oh, I don't really know where this is going thematically, but I
Mm-hmm.
think by the third episode, you can tell that the show is kind of on a mission to establish the place of the characters in the universe. And I think a lot of shows do that. Like a lot of shows just like are like, oh yeah, first season, guns out, we don't want to get cancelled, we're doing this, we're doing that, we're doing this, we're
Mm-hmm.
doing that. But like shows, especially shows that like are part of a multimedia franchise, they have the opportunity to kind of get in there
Mm-hmm.
and focus on this idea they're trying to build for that entire season
Mm-hmm.
because they know that they are supported by fans of the original franchise and they have more leeway to quote unquote just like not go the conventional route of trying to develop every character or trying to hit every single hot topic plotline that like that will make conversation on the internet,
Mm-hmm.
specifically the sites formerly known as Twitter. So there's like you can tell it's driving towards establishing that look, these are the characters. I mean, and I might be wrong by the end of the season, but it feels like it's trying to say these are the characters. This is their place in the boys' universe,
Mm-hmm.
and the following seasons can tell more stories and open up more plot lines and all of that. But so far it just feels like they're trying to show us a place and a time in the same universe and how the actions of the boys characters kind of like influences that, but generally how they have their own path to chart.
Yeah. I think I just had an out of body experience because the last 2 minutes is probably the most serious I've ever seen TMT on this podcast, and I was like, where is the stupid joke gonna come in? And it just never came, and I was just, I don't know. I felt, I think I'll take that as a win. I think that was my doing. I don't know. I just felt very, very accomplished.
Well, I'm
No,
wearing
no,
these.
don't ruin it. Don't spoil. Just leave it. Just leave it. Just
No,
leave
no,
it.
no. I won't spoil it. I'm just saying I'm
Okay.
wearing these insane sunglasses, so
Ugh.
you can't like see my eyes. Usually, you can see my eyes, and you can kind of get where I'm going. I
Mm-hmm.
think typically, like when I start talking in the first 10 seconds, just from the look, I have this squint that people can. They're like, "Oh, he's not serious," or "He's serious." But like I'm wearing these, so it's like roulette. It's like reply roulette right now. So
Reply
good
roulette.
luck.
Okay. Thank you, Bolu. What are your thoughts on like what is this show? I should say, and which is what TMT was trying to allude to, that Bolu was overzealous. And I would take it as enthusiasm for being on the podcast for the first time. But he watched more than 3 episodes.
What?
I would not mention
What?
how many you watched just for the sake of. Don't worry, we don't have all the episodes, so like he hasn't watched the entire show. But yeah, so what I with constricting yourself to obviously the first 3 episodes, what are your thoughts
Yeah.
on what this show wants to be and what it could be and what is it trying to be?
So I think maybe some background that helps is this show is kind of in Eric Kripke's like his first big breakout successes bag.
Hmm.
Um,
Is that supernatural?
yeah, I don't. It's not like supernatural, but like the young guys,
Mm-hmm.
figuring out like this whole like interesting world. So I felt like it's not like thematically the same, but I feel like okay, it's kind of actually like kind of what his original bag kind of was in general. I
Mm-hmm.
like it. What I found interesting about Gen V was that the show had like this whole big statement about corporations and the excessive and mindless spin-offs and making money. I'm like, And it's kind of ironic that Gen V in itself, is a money making spin off. Now it's a good show and it
Yeah,
has quality, but the irony, I was like, okay, this is quite interesting when it was always making a big deal of what can we sell next,
I mean we
and
have to
they've
remember
got
that
what to
like
sell next.
the boys has always been
I'm
on
not knocking
Amazon.
them,
You know, the boys has always
obviously.
been on Amazon Prime, so it's not
Yeah,
like there's only so much
yeah,
like you can
yeah.
do.
I
Um,
mean, the
mhm.
creators are happy to make the money off the show and the spin-offs too. So they're making statements, but they're also
Yeah,
eating. Like that's
as long as
life.
for us, as long as the quality is good, that's like
Yeah.
um, and the people are making good stuff and taking risks and doing things like that. Which I guess let's talk about the third episode, or basically where we leave the show after the third episode, because I remember at points before that I was just kind of like. There were things I was like, I don't want this to happen. Like, I don't want to spend an entire season with Marie opposing the rest of the cast, right?
Mm.
I kind of I want my characters to be together, if that makes sense. Like, and so I like
Yeah.
that when the third episode ends and she's obviously sitting with oh, I can't remember her name now. Um, I can't remember all
Them.
their name. The names have just left my head. That was weird.
Yeah. It does have
Yeah,
that.
Jordan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was going to say it does have that sort of gossip girl thing where it's like frigid alliances constantly
Yeah.
forming and breaking.
well, I am hoping they don't break. I mean, I'm sure they will break. They will what they call it. There will be
They'll
friction and they
break.
might bend. But I
They'll
don't know. I
break.
liked the scene of seeing the characters together, and I like that after the third episode, she's realized that the dean, she being Marie, has realized that the dean is trying to use her, and she's realized that she can't really trust this person that she thought she could trust, and all of that. And then wow, why have all their names just skipped my head?
Okay. Jordan is the strong student, the one that can switch between genders.
Yes.
Why does it? Just Jordan Lee. Wow, the name just keep my head too.
Then
It's
you
like you
have
put
Mary,
seconds.
obviously. You have em- Emma is the one that goes small. Obviously, Sam is the brother. Um, Andre, obviously, the black guy,
Yeah.
and then Kate.
Okay.
Yeah, that was so weird. It just kind of left my head. Anyway, yeah. So I like that we got that scene with Marie, Jordan, and Kate, and then it's kind of bonding over killing their family. That's whichever way gets the job done, I guess. Um, yeah, no, I guess I didn't want a season where maybe Marie's off on her own trying to be a good student, and then the other guys are doing solving the mystery or whatever. I like, I don't know, I like my characters being together. I like my characters interacting with one another. I like the main characters sharing scenes together. I'm basic in that way, I guess. But yeah, where do you? And obviously, we're all in full on action by the end of episode three now because, well, Sam looks like Sam is about to escape. Uh, we have Emma stuck in the woods, small, just after just killing a man through his head in typical the boys fashion. So like, yeah, I mean, it looks like he's going into full action game. But what do you guys think at the end of the third episode, which kind of really works as like the end of a pilot, I guess. They knew what they were doing when they structured it like that.
That's like the big hook episode. The show is very interesting, like juxtaposing the normal teenage angst
Mm-hmm.
with Emma, with the issues she has, people coming to terms with like where their careers are going to be and like their ceilings. It's kind of depressing. Like you're already getting told your ceiling in uni, and then going against this potentially really scary, powerful corporation so early.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of interesting seeing like all the wheels spinning, like all the different cogs, and like imagining how that is going to like converge. Because what if you watch The Boys? Now, if you watch Gen V, if you haven't watched The Boys, you can jump into Gen V and maybe there'll be a few like growing pains initially, but like the show doesn't like you have to watch The Boys. Remember this from The
Mm-hmm.
Boys. It doesn't
Mm-hmm.
really like beat you over the head, so you can actually jump into Gen V and then go into The Boys. Although I assume most fans of the show, like
Yeah.
maybe like 80, 90, if not if almost
Probably
hundred
more.
percent.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Boys is probably Amazon's biggest show, and we just jump
Mm-hmm.
into Gen V. But yeah, it's interesting. Like the stakes are starting to go up significantly. the characters are quite compelling for the most part. I thought among the young guys there'd be more people I dislike, but so
Hmm.
far maybe sometimes they annoy me, but I don't dislike them. Like
That's
I
yeah.
don't grow when I see them on my screen, and I like that
Hmm.
so far because that's something that is very difficult with teenage
Teenage
shows.
characters. Yeah.
Even when I was younger, like some just used to. But so far, I like the entire cast, even the ones that are meant to be like a bit more dubiously green. And for the boys show, where again, if you watch the boys, like some of the superheroes tend to be assholes. Like these people are ambitious, but a lot of
That
them kind
was
of have
gonna
a
be that was gonna be my next question. Yeah. Sorry, finish your point. Yeah, I was gonna ask that.
they're
Yeah.
going like they're kind of gray, but for the most part, they have like strong streaks of like they're decent people for the
They
most
are as
part.
decent
Like
as they could be.
yeah,
I don't
for the
agree with
most
that.
part, I don't think
I
they're
don't
great
agree with that.
people. I feel
I
for
think
like the boys' universe, I feel like they're
I,
kind of decent for
Are you
I
overall.
think they
TMT?
I think they're bad people. I think
Oh,
I think they're loyal to each other, but
Hmm.
I think they're generally bad people. Um Chance, what's his name? The
Fuck.
actor Chance.
Fuck. Okay. 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 I don't know his. Okay, I thought you were gonna call him Chance the Rapper.
No, Chance Perdomo. That's his name. He was in
that's Andre.
yeah, Andre. He was in Chilling Adventures of Sabrina. I think that's the
Along
name.
with Jazz Sinclair.
Yeah, he's a very, very talented performer, by the way. And he does something in one of the episodes, and he moves on very quickly. Whereas I
No,
feel like a
say
normal
what you want to
person,
say. Like it's spoiler field. Say what he does.
Well,
oh, he kills someone.
He doesn't. He almost. Oh yeah.
He nearly
Yeah.
kills someone,
Hmm.
and he's saved by chance. No pun intended. And
You intended
if
upon
she
supplying.
I did not. And if if she didn't save that person he killed, they would have died. But regardless of that, that doesn't phase him in the slightest. He's fine the next episode. So much so that he knows, like, even when he finds out that she was almost expelled, blah blah blah, it doesn't phase him. None of them are phased. In fact, Golden Boy is fine. Like, they're all fine.
I mean, Goldie Boy is
They,
very far from fine.
no, he has, like, those are
He literally
pre-existing
committed murder
conditions.
suicide.
That has nothing to do with the episode. That's like
Yeah,
just
but
based off.
like my point is like he probably has something a lot more pressing on his mind.
yeah.
Mm.
No offense
Do
to
you
that
think
woman that almost died.
do
And
you think he's
aside,
really
that
dead?
was very surprising. Yes, I think they made a big point to. Okay, so spoilers. So Golden Boy is the literal again in a sense. Golden Boy, he's like the
Hmm.
strongest, fastest, great powers on campus, the big man
Is
on
he
campus,
fast?
and so. Well, one of the, I mean, I think with his flight, with speed, like flight speed, he's one of the
Yeah, he
like,
can. He
fast.
probably like not fast, but
He's,
he probably can go place
yeah,
faster
yeah,
than
yeah.
Nisha.
You know what's crazy about Golden Boy is that he's played by Arnold Schwarzenegger's son.
Yeah,
Oh, so
Patrick
he's
Schwarzenegger.
yeah, so that was one of the big twists that took me up.
But
Because I thought Golden Boy was going to be around much longer.
Yeah.
more
And
importantly, he's played by Chris Pratt's brother-in-law.
Oh my god. Yeah. Yes.
it was
No, but Bolu, to your point, because I was also expecting a Homelander type turn for him, especially for Golden Boy. Like I know, okay, yes, TMT, you, I think your point is valid, but like, yeah, the one time we do see them out in the real world, they are like they are cocky, and they are like not even beyond cocky. They're like they know their
the
superpowers, and they're
celebrities.
yeah, and they are the worst kind of celebrities. He almost kills somebody and runs
Yeah,
away. But
yeah.
like, but to Bolu's point, in the boys, like the superheroes are like I don't know how to put it. They're awful to other superheroes.
Hmm.
Like all of them are just terrible people. Not just like, oh, I'm a celebrity, I'm terrible, and to normal people, but like they're just terrible to everyone. But these guys, like I thought Golden Boy would be a dick to Marie at some point, or that
Mm.
Andre would do something very much like a member of the Seven. I don't know, that heel turn never really came, if that makes sense. Like
Well,
you never had the
yeah,
scene of Homelander burning down an entire plane
yeah.
just
I
to kill
never got
one
that.
person.
I never got the vibe. I never got the Homelander vibe from Golden
Mm-hmm.
Boy because Golden Boy was very much open about, at least with his circle, that he wasn't perfect. I don't
Yeah.
even think. I think they all knew he was probably the best at what they aspired to do. I don't think anyone ever looked at him and thought he was perfect because they would go out and do stupid shit together.
Mm-hmm.
Well, not stupid, it's stuff I typically do every Friday night, minus the killing part. But like,
I,
it's like it's just like,
Who's your Molly guy? Well, tell me off air. Tell me off air. It's fine.
let me check my phone.
No, no, it's fine.
His name is.
You are taking the.
Can you
God,
censor
continue.
that in post?
Y- yes, I
he'll
will.
try.
Please. Thank you.
I'll
Just
try
put a
my
beep.
best.
And when you
Okay.
censor it for the video, can you put like the Italian flag on my mouth when I say his name?
No, that's way too much work.
I'll help you.
No, thank you. I'll just put the video out and I'll put a bleep. Please continue.
Okay, fair enough. But yeah, man, I don't know. Golden Boy is. I do like
What?
his brother.
Sam.
That's a character. Yeah, that's a character I like. He's got a
Okay.
very. He's got a bit of a Deadpool thing going on.
Really? Is that why did how did you get that? I didn't get that.
It's the bit where like he captures. Is her name
Mm-hmm.
Emma?
Emma, yeah.
And he's trying to like have this quiz to prove that she's real. And he keeps asking her questions that she would never know the answer to. And she's like, I don't know the answer. And then in his head,
That
it's like, oh, you are. Yeah, that's very
that's my
Deadpool.
best scene across the first three episodes.
It's such a good scene.
I think Emma is my
It's such a
best
good scene.
character on the show at this point.
Yes.
Yeah,
Um,
she's got a good heart.
yeah, and that scene is so good. That scene, like, even before they started flirting, I was like, oh, this is a couple. Like,
Really? I didn't get a
it's
couple from there.
I don't know. The chemistry there was just there. Like, she's funny in that
I,
scene.
I thought they were going to like get along. Although I am starting to see some chemistry.
I didn't think it
I
was gonna
don't
be a
see I
couple
don't
immediately. I thought these guys are gonna be like there's a long term thing, but like very quickly they started like he started complimenting her, and saying she's pretty and whatever. And I was like, oh, this is actually way more. It's quicker than I thought and way more tense than I expected. But I like that scene is funny. That scene, there's chemistry from both characters in that scene.
yeah.
I think that's my best scene across the three episodes. Um, Bolu, who's your? Because you mentioned that you kind of like, if not hate, like you don't hate any character, you kind of like them at least. Who do you? Which character are you on board for so far? Who do you like the most?
Who would you
Um.
let's join a threesome? That's what he's trying to ask.
Well, no, that's a different question because that answer is well, no. Continue, but I'm not.
Okay. Who do I like? I think I'll say Emma for the
Yeah.
most because Emma is easy to root for. Emma
Hmm.
is extremely easy to root for.
But not
I
always though.
think
Like that character is not always not Emma as a character, but that kind of character, like
yeah.
the friend who talks about drugs and talks about sex and talks about whatever. Like you're like, okay, well, whatever. I'm tired of this very quickly. But like very quickly, both the writing and performance found the humanity in that character.
They didn't reduce her to a side character. Like with
Hmm.
everything, it's clear she's going to be important. That there's much more to her than we let on. Like she's obviously quite brave to even do what she intended to do in the first
Yeah.
place. Like
I mean, she was high,
like
but
oh
yeah.
yeah, but like and the part of it is her wanting to please the cool kids and like um you know be among and obviously general curiosity. But Emma is very likable.
Hmm.
Marie is still compelling in her own way. She harbors guilt for obvious reasons
Yeah.
in general. I think everybody like
No, no, give
even
one answer.
Andre.
Pick one person.
I would say I don't want to give. He already gave my answer, and you know when you don't want to give the same answer. I was like, I think Emma is one. I'm I'll say between Emma and Luke. To be fair, even though
Emma and who?
I like
okay, I'll say Emma and Sam. I'll say
Oh,
Sam.
Sam. Sam. Okay.
I'll go Sam.
Tempted, what are you gonna say?
I thought I like Marie.
Mary is a very
She's
good lead character. I was
she's
about to
very
say that. Like,
she's compelling. Yeah, she's compelling. She's got
yeah.
that. Oh no, I'm so tortured. I'm so tortured. And no, I don't want this. I don't want this. I don't want
And I
this.
think
Oh
she's
my
able to
god.
interplay with all the other characters very well.
And she
Which
kind
obviously
of reminds me
you
of
need that
that.
from your lead.
Yeah. And I think every character kind of reminds me of someone from the Bible.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh,
Like Golden
Colin,
Boy
no
is
Colin included.
obviously, Jesus.
Jesus Christ.
Mary is the woman with the issue of blood. Um,
Yes,
what?
don't keep going. It's
Continue,
fine.
continue.
Yeah, the girl that can. What's the name of the girl that can compel people to do stuff?
Is that
Kate,
Kate?
Cat, Kate.
The devil, clearly.
Jesus.
That's
Well, she's a white
Lucifer.
woman.
I mean, what are we talking about here?
That's a
Yeah,
joke. That's a joke.
I know.
yeah.
That's
I
a joke to our listeners.
know.
Kobe.
Normally, I don't caveat things that are jokes, but that was quite bad. So that's a joke. Please.
You should censor that too.
But if you no,
Uh,
if you want to get angry about that and help it blow up on TikTok or YouTube, go ahead. But it was a joke.
uh,
But if you don't want
that's
it
a
to be a joke, no joke. Um,
that's a lot of expectations for your fan base to like take this and take it out of context. Yeah,
I don't
you're
think they
asking
care
them for
enough.
that. Yeah, you're asking them for
so
that.
who is Jordan in the Bible?
What do you mean? Who is Jordan in the show again?
The bigender, is that the word they
Jordan
use?
Lee.
Jordan Lee. I
An
think bigender
angel.
is the word they use.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
you. Oh,
um.
fuck! You got away with that.
For context, yeah.
You
For
actually got
context
away
again,
with that.
Jordan Lee is a superhero who can literally switch between two genders, the two
Yeah,
Yeah,
genders at once. So
yeah, that's an
and
angel.
both genders have their own separate abilities.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
the male gender is dense and indestructible, and the female one is agile and can launch
the
energy
energy
blasts.
blast. They're both
So that's
strong, but
why.
it seems the male one is a tad stronger physically. Is
Yeah, I
that
think the male one is like that one is indestructible. It's basically like Colossus from the X-Men, essentially.
Yep.
So explains why they're able to like handle Golden Boy for that long.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I don't like the fact that you nailed it with that angel call out, TMT. I feel like that was
Yeah.
really. I thought I was
I
going to catch
mean,
you there. I thought I was going to catch
there's
you
still
there.
there's still space for me to mess up. Who else haven't? Is there anyone else I haven't done?
Or Andre the Black Man,
Yeah, Andre control. What's his power? Metal, right?
Metal. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, Andre is the guy that got the talent and wasted it in the
That's such a
parable that
random deep
Jesus
cut to the
gave.
Bible. I'm just like, oh, okay. And who is Emma?
Emma shrinks, so she's
I
the
think you should
prodigal
quit while
son.
you're ahead.
Yeah,
I
I'm
think you
done.
should quit while you're ahead.
yeah, yeah, you had a
Okay.
good run there.
Yeah, you had
Yeah,
like
thank you.
the angel one really really caught me off guard. I'm not gonna lie to you. Um, so I rewatched the first three episodes before we did this, and and Andre in the pilot is not the same Andre we see in episodes 2 and 3.
I
Like
agree.
Andre in the pilot, I would not have liked that guy throughout the season, but I think the
Mm.
Golden Boy's death really like it changes that character, and that character is a lot more. I'm like, okay, I can actually
Yeah,
work with you now. I really like that. I think that death really really affects character. And back to your point, obviously, yeah, he doesn't. You say he doesn't. Not that he doesn't care, but we don't see that he's caring about the fact that he almost killed somebody.
yeah. He even sleeps with
But
Golden Boy's girlfriend like right after, which is kind of
let's
crazy.
get let's put down pause. Let's get to that very quickly.
Oh man, he
Um,
just like me.
Jesus. He's cooking. I mean, actually,
let,
you know what? Let's just go. Let's
let him
let's go
cook.
straight to it.
Let
Let's go
him
straight
cook.
to it. Do we think that's something that was happening while Golden Boy was still alive?
No, but I think it's just very Gossip Girl of the show.
So you think that's the first time they've got together?
Yes,
That's so
possibly.
dark. If it is,
Yeah, but
Bolu,
like
what do you
that
think?
happens. Bonded by grief are many people.
I
That's a
mean,
quote from
yeah,
the Bible. No, it's not. No, it's not. It's
no,
not.
it's not. I mean, the way she says like, "Do you want to talk about intercourse state?" probably makes it seem like it's the first time. I mean,
Yeah, it's definitely the
I
first.
would say there's that like in episode 2, there's a point when they're basically hugging, and I was like, "Oh, they're gonna do it," and they did, and I was happy that they didn't do it, and they did it in episode 3, which kind of annoyed me. I wish they didn't do this storyline, but here we are.
With
Um,
you saying they hooked, I'm very 50-50 on it. Like I'm
mhm.
trying to make up my mind. Um, like there's a grief thing, but I'm like, was there that forbidden chemistry before? Like underlying, I
Probably.
keep thinking like maybe there's that like. Did they do before? Was it just underlying chemistry, or was it just a moment thing? I'm
I mean,
I'm
it was
very
definitely there. Oh,
Yeah,
definitely
I
that.
keep trying to. I'm trying to like put my finger on like which one is it.
Yeah.
And I think the show will definitely tell us which is. It's not a show that just leaves things like
Yeah, no, I think we'll find
vague.
out. Yeah.
I think they're definitely going to expand on it
But
eventually.
I think his character is also bisexual, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Because
Much like
the only
Chilling.
evidence we have of that is that he mentions that he would fuck A Train.
Yeah.
So like we
And
haven't seen
there's
him
like,
actually try to make out with the man. We've just seen him talk about it and then actually hit on
Yeah,
women.
yeah.
So he's TV
Yeah.
bisexual.
he's TV male bisexual.
TV male bisexual. Yeah, sorry.
Fair
um.
enough.
So I want to talk about something that came up when I was watching this episode, and I might be wrong, but I don't remember there being a character, a superhero character in The Boys who I'm trying to figure out how to word this properly, but who has a physical what's the word? A physical side effect of using their powers. I can't remember that in The Boys, but on this show we already have at least two characters because like Emma literally has to throw up to to use her powers, and
Hmm.
she talks about how like her teeth are rotting and we know that it might be bordering on an eating disorder.
Hmm.
If Kat uses her powers too much, I keep calling her Kat. I don't know if it's Kat or Kate. It's Kate. I don't know. I keep saying Kat. If Kate uses her powers too often or too much, she
You can
kind of
call her
passes out.
Lucifer if you want.
No, I will not call her Lucifer. That joke, I can only crack that joke once before people come out with the pitchforks. Um,
Mm.
yeah, if Kate uses her powers too much, she passes out. I mean, even Marie to an extent is using her blood. And so I don't know. I, I don't think it's a coincidence that like the show is these younger people are using their powers and having actual physical detriment. Meanwhile, like obviously everyone on the boys, apart from when people like Huey or
When
Butcher
they go on Compound
use
B, yeah.
V, yeah, everyone else kind of can just use their powers and just move on with life. They don't have that physical reaction or side effect. I don't know. Something that came to my mind. I doubt. I mean, it'd be weird if it's a random thing they just threw into the show, but it was just like, oh, why are they doing this on this show? Why are they making it seem that? Why are they making it that if these people use their powers, they get physically hurt from it? Um,
I think we I think with Kate they kind of had to the whole classical thing of nerfing a very powerful character.
Powerful character, fair.
Like if they had to put in natural limits on her ability to like influence people and like read minds and manipulate minds, because if she could do it willy nilly with like zero effects, that kind of like breaks the show to a degree.
Can she read
Or like
minds?
Also,
well,
I don't think so. Well, she might be able to, but I think it's so far we've just seen her compel
We've just seen
people.
her control
But I
people,
mean,
push people. Yeah.
yeah. That being said, I think it's also like their kids.
Mm-hmm.
Like Atrium probably didn't have the stamina he did when he was in college. He does when he was in college. So it's probably like them also growing into their powers.
to their
Like
powers.
at some point, Marie is probably going to be able to control other people's blood, and that's when she becomes like an Omega level threat
I
because
think
she
she
can
can
kill
now,
anyone in the
actually,
floor.
or maybe not as much, because she does
Can
it for the
she?
woman that's dying,
Oh yeah, she
and she also does
does.
it like after this guy. But I think I don't think she can control it to the extent she can control her own blood.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
once
because
she
it
can
seemed like
control
she
other
was
people's blood,
surprised. It seemed
yeah,
like she
that's
was
a
surprised when
problem.
she was doing it for someone else's blood.
That's I,
That's a problem.
I'm yeah, I'm
That's
going to
Avatar.
I'm yeah, I'm
Mm-hmm.
interested to see how
I don't think about blood
they
bending.
nerf. Yeah, I'm trying to see how they nerf it for her, because if they choose to introduce a mental block, because that's a very like again, then the ability comes and then it just like when some certain abilities come in a show and you
Yeah,
right now around it gets very difficult
I mean,
to
we start
present
asking the questions
challenges.
like, does the blood have to be external?
Hmm.
Yeah,
Right? Are we
Also,
going blood bending here? Can she control somebody's blood that is in the person's body? Now we're asking those kind of questions, and the show will have to answer it one way or the other if it wants to be a
I
good
have it.
show.
I have another question. What are Golden Boy's powers?
It's a
strong
golden point. No, I think
fire.
fire. I think fire is the third.
Yeah, fire strength, degree of invulnerability.
Yeah.
Basic boys like strong, faster than regular humans, but not like fast, and
Mm,
flight.
Yeah.
Yes.
that's interesting. I don't
I
like
think
that.
I
I
think
don't know.
definitely. I don't even think the flight. I don't think the flight is like. I don't think he can fly like Homelander.
So
Mm,
I
If
think
that makes sense. Like I think because
yeah,
it seemed like he had to basically charge
to
up for that
power up.
end.
Yeah,
So I think it like yeah powers up. So I think definitely indestructibility, but fire is the main thing. Fire is where the golden comes from.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was.
But
I think it was almost an over the top reference to Icarus at times.
mm,
That's
That's
kind of what I was
yeah.
getting at times.
Because wait, which Icarus are we talking about here?
The one that flew
Greek
too close to the sun
mythology.
and then
Okay, I thought we
then
were talking
came
about. I was
the
wondering if we're doing that or doing Eternals Icarus.
oh no.
Um,
I think
I mean,
Oh
both of
also
them
no.
are the same. Like, I guess Eternal's Icarus is
Yeah.
also a reference to the actual Icarus, so it's fine.
Icarus, yeah.
I
Tim, what are you
think
going to
I
say?
think I think also he's not dead. I have a theory that he's not dead.
I
So
I just I just can't imagine the way he went
Yeah,
out.
like how did they? Because obviously it came across. But how did they? We saw this boy explode. How would they explain that one?
That one is good.
Like
it
we
It's
can be
literally saw
explained.
him. We saw his remains. He
It can
exploded.
explain. It can be explained. Have you seen Foundation? Come on,
No, I haven't seen
don't play
unless
around.
Foundation.
unless unless I'll find it and then I don't know. It'll be very hard for me to imagine that. Like
Well said.
I feel like man, I keep trying to think of like how they integrate it back to the story.
Yeah.
It just is
Hmm.
more trouble than it's worth.
I mean, yeah, 100%. I mean, I miss not I miss him, but like I'm a bit sad that we don't have him. Obviously, it works for the story because we need something to push the mystery. But like, I'd like it's he's a very interesting character. Someone is basically I know we're talking about whether they're good or bad, but like it's weird to have someone be in that kind of position, be that good, right?
In
Like
the
he could have
boys.
easily, yeah,
Relatively good.
in the boys, yeah, relatively good. Yeah, I don't mean like
Right.
he's not a saint and he's not
Yeah.
He's
No,
he's
I
kind
mean,
of
completely.
self-aware.
also when you look at his brother, you can just tell they were both raised right, like with a degree of empathy and just like wanting
They
to
were raised
be.
as yeah, they were raised as normal good people,
Yeah,
and
essentially.
they haven't. Been, let me put it: they haven't been fully corrupted. They are
Yeah.
taking advantage of some of the things they can take advantage of, like their fame and their power, and whatever. But they're not like they're not dickheads. I don't think they would kick a homeless person on the street. But
Hmm.
everyone in the seven would, except maybe Maeve.
Well, yeah,
Yeah, yeah, like
yeah,
every yeah,
yeah. Except Maeve actually had like heroic intentions,
yeah. Actually, so
but
let's just touch on this quickly. So we're not going to talk about it because it's not the show, but they've sprinkled some things about Homelander being on trial.
Mm.
We see that a
yes,
few times across the episode. So it's obvious because of how the season 3 ends when he lasers that guy. Um, which is
So
I think
where's the where?
yeah.
I want to ask, like, where exactly in the chronology is the show set? Is this season 3 or 4? Or is it like
I think it's
season
definitely after
4?
3. Wait,
It's
what's the
after
last
3, right?
boy season? 3 or 4?
three,
3.
three. It should
Yeah,
be
so it's
three.
after 3
Okay.
because
Okay.
he references how season 3 ends, and he also references that
Yeah,
senator woman. So running for president. So it's definitely
Mm.
after 3. I
That's the woman
think
that was exploding people's heads, right?
yeah, yeah. I think what I think is that the show is doing it like at least for now. The chronology is how it's coming out. So it's the
Mm.
boys 1, 2, 3, Gen V, the boys
Mm.
4. Then we'll see what goes on from there. Um,
Gen. What's after V in the alphabet?
V. Oh, I thought in the alphabet you can say Roman numerals.
hmm
W.
yeah.
Gen W next.
No, no, just okay. Um, any any thoughts from you guys before we go into the? I can't believe it was allowed on TV.
That's
Um.
literally the boys in general.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Uh,
I mean that's the reason I
my
wanted to do this because like there's no other show that it's like this fits perfectly on because there's like there's some things that this show does. I'm like the boys, Gen V. I'm like how many meetings how many production meetings did they have? Like, we can't do it this way. We have to do it this way. We can't shoot it this way. We have to like shoot it from this angle just because like there's only so much we can show on TV. I don't know if you guys have options or
I have a
theories for this. My
thought.
first one. Okay, good. What are your thoughts?
I think that's universe, that like the boys Gen V universe. I think they need to let a real nigga on the show. Like just
What
a country
makes a real
ass,
nigga?
like just a
What?
like a really like just an ignorant black man, just like with powers. Like just like a real street nigga, like a Kodak Black just showing up
How
and just
about
like,
you write that spec and then we'll send it to them?
is there anything I can do?
You can do
we're,
anything you put your mind to.
we believe in you.
Yeah, we believe in you. I do
Are you
not
guys
want
messing with me?
I do not want Eric Kripke to write a Kodak Black, a quote unquote Kodak Black type real ass nigga if things are if all
Yeah,
things being considered. So
all
you
things
write it and
being
I will send
considered.
we'll
Yeah,
send the spec to them. It's just
yeah. I
Amazon.
don't think I'm probably not the person to write that either. If we're
Okay,
being
so
all things being considered as well.
so yeah. Anyway, so my first thing was like I said was like a teenager killing her parents with her period blood. Um,
That
I do
was yeah, but definitely in the boys. That was a yeah, well, definitely in the boys moment for me.
because I kept remembering how the boys itself starts right when Huey's girlfriend. I was like, so we know they're going to do something not similar, but like they're not going to start with the tea party. Like they're going to do something. So when she starts going upstairs, I'm like, I think I know what's about to happen here. I think I like, and it's like I wonder like who in the writers' room just like this is how we're starting this show. Like who is I just such a I can't believe it, man. I was like, okay, you guys have got your Twitter viral moment because I'll be surprised if it does not about Twitter the first weekend this drops.
Mm-hmm.
Um my second one is when Emma is having sex, man. The close up shot of I mean, I guess I shouldn't be surprised because again it's the boys, but like having tiny small Emma on the guy's dick, I was just like, fair enough, man.
Yeah, that wasn't
You guys are going
fun to
full
watch.
boys. No, it wasn't. I skipped it on my rewatch because I'm just like,
I was like, well, definitely. This is definitely the. You know, you're just like, well, this is what we get with this show. I'm not even like,
it was like I mean, to be fair, we've seen termites go into a man's like, so it's just like, are we? But it's still a lot. It's still a lot. It's still a lot.
But you know, it's crazy. Like when they were having sex and he like starts to make the request.
hmm
In my head, so many messed up things came up first. I thought like
Give
there
me
were so
two.
many awful things.
Give me
No,
two.
but no, this is like people are going to see this. But like there are so many things I thought he was going to ask her to do, and I felt like what he picked ultimately was just pretty tame in general.
Well, it's
Um,
pretty tame compared to whatever sadistic thing is going through in your mind. Yes, it's not tame for a
mm,
normal person. I would never ask her to do that.
yeah, I wouldn't ask her to do that either.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sir,
Bolu is considering.
what?
Bolu
That's
said,
crazy.
Bolu said,
Hey,
let him
yo.
finish. What was he cooking? Let me-
Oh my god.
um, and then I guess on the other end of that is like when Sam kills the god, and we literally see his hand come out of the guy's mouth. And I was like, fair enough, you guys just having fun. You guys just throwing up
Mm.
ideas on the board. I'm like, let's see what works. Do you guys have any examples?
I like the tail thing.
Man,
You like
I
the
don't
what?
like.
The girl with the tail.
Oh Jesus, I forgot about that. When
Oh
I thought
the
that was
camera girl tells her to
it was a
to
very
Nancy
My
Reagan
Hero.
it.
Yeah, it was a very My Hero Academia type power. The girl with the camera. What was her ability again?
I
Is it
don't think
getting
we've
people?
seen it.
Is it manipulating white women?
uh, I don't know, but I think that was like an interesting like she made good points in general like commentary, but like you go see like how people in their pursuit of like their
Clout.
own
Fame.
viral moment on cloud like they just like
Yeah,
abuse and dispute people and like actually don't consider them or like sometimes it's not your story to tell, but like people wanting to have their moments and like grow their own like network.
Yeah,
hmm
Because
yeah.
that was a very painful moment for Emma because like I was suspicious too because it was I was like this is going way too well
way too well,
and
right?
this
Hmm.
universe
I
things
mean, I
don't go
guess we
well
could
for
debate
people.
whether she actually like was she actually sincere, but also just wanted to use it for her moment, or
I
was
think
she
I think
nefarious
it's a
throughout?
bit. I think it's a bit of both. I don't even think it was nefarious. I think it was like in her bid to gain clout, she
Hmm.
convinced herself she was doing the right thing. And I think it's kind of
Okay.
like a mirror to like a lot of like social
So
justice
fake ally,
warriors. It's
yeah, black square kind of ally.
yeah,
Fair,
yeah, exactly. Like just fake
That
allies and
was
all that.
fair. That's fair enough. And then she has the person recording for her.
Yeah. Yep. Yep.
Okay, one final question. Actually, let me ask you guys: if you could have one person's power, excluding Golden Boy,
Hmm.
you have one person's power from this show that we've seen so far, who would you have?
um
Um um
I think
Shout
I'll
out
take
Emma, we
Andre
love you, but I
sets.
don't think anyone's going to pick you.
I take Jordan's power.
I'll take Emma's power.
Wait,
No,
you took Emma's
Andre.
power?
No, Andre.
Okay, yeah, I think I'll
Yeah,
take Andre as well. TMT, you take Jordan.
That's what I said.
That's what you said.
yes. Switching
I
between
don't.
genders and like
I don't.
superpowers. That's fair.
I don't think. Yeah, I mean, I would take it because one, you get two sets of powers. Two,
Uh huh.
every time your baby is like, oh, you don't know what it's like to be a girl. I'm like,
Jesus
hold up,
Christ.
hold up
But
now,
you can't live in Nigeria, sure. I will not want
hold
that
up
for
there
you.
now. Why can't I do? I have super strength. What do you mean? I'm
You
knocking
do.
these
You
desserts
could actually
out.
fuck up anyone.
So,
Anyone that tried
so
anything.
fair.
That's fair.
That's true. You don't actually have like you can't be even hurt by most conventional weapons. Like
Yeah,
that's the
Yeah,
thing.
you're not really at risk
yeah,
the way not real, oof, the way like trans people are, like
yeah,
in the real
Okay.
exactly.
world. That's what I wanted to say.
That's
So
something I actually want to discuss about the show is the fact that like um they could switch genders, but
hmm
also it was like their parents' hesitation to accept that they were actually identified as both genders.
hmm
I thought that was a
I
very interesting thing. Yeah, go on.
I also think like he also had the classic mom was somewhat made her peace with it, but yeah, the usual the dad, which
Oh,
I love that they
it's
were
always the
Asian as
dad.
well. I mean,
I mean
yeah,
Yeah,
just
I feel like a
I,
true Asian family, no, neither parent would have accepted.
well, I mean, we don't know if she's accepted. Maybe she's just like we both can't be at an 11.
True,
Like this is the
true,
mother, by
true,
the way. Um,
true.
I mean, I think like if they were black and this was coming from a black man, that would be very on point.
Mm-hmm,
So like
mm-hmm,
it's interesting that it's coming from an Asian person. I'm sure from what we know, like they kind of hold those kind of traditional and whatever views,
mm-hmm,
very similar to Africans as well. There's
mm-hmm,
a point where he mentions like, still, I'm not a bigot,
mm-hmm.
but so I'm not a bigot. I know some people don't can't choose, but you get to choose or whatever. And it's just, I mean,
Mm-hmm.
look, we can talk about whatever we want to say. I don't know if we are the right people to talk about that
We don't
conversation or
have
yeah.
the
storyline.
range,
Yes, we do
and
it.
it's okay. So let's
It's
just skip.
okay. It's okay. But I mean, I think we can at least
I
hopefully
mean
anyone that doesn't have the
a
range
panel
like
of
us.
experts of like three straight men. Let's dissect let's dissect this subject really
Let's
well.
get
But
into
no,
this.
should we
Podcast
three
on your
should we
well,
three cis head black men investigate this and tell you why it's wrong? No, but I think like I like it because I think that
mm,
for even people that don't have the range like us, like you can and it's the thing that the boys has always done well. And I think JMV will do well for this kind of topics. You can see the very easy like real world corollary,
Mm,
right? Like he's saying, "Oh, you can
yeah,
choose, and you are my son. When did you
mm-hmm,
become a girl? You've always been my son, and whatever." And just like that's what parents tell their transitioning children all the time. So yeah,
yeah.
I don't know. I
We're
like.
always asking them to pick convenience for them.
hmm Perfect. That's
Yeah.
yeah. That's a
No.
nice way to put it. Um. Okay. I mean, any final thoughts before I
You
wrap up?
know, just
Mm-hmm.
like piggybacking off this like last conversation, there's also that whole relationship with Andre and his father.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's kind of this interesting thing because you have a lot of parents in the show, especially in the episode where there's like the fundraiser. You have
Episode
a lot
three.
of parents who don't really see their kids as people, but more as extension of themselves. So for a
that's
lot of
yeah,
parents, it's like they got the powers.
Mm-hmm.
And I know Andre's dad was a soup, right?
Yeah.
the Polaris,
Y- Yeah, exactly. So like,
Polaris or
I
polarity, one of them. One of those two.
yeah,
polarity, I think. Yeah. So it's just that dynamic of like, and I think that's like a really dope theme to explore in a show like this. Just like the way parents don't see their kids as fully people yet,
Mm-hmm.
and why rebellion is very very important because you kind of have to. Man, you have to show them shiggy sometimes just to
What?
let them know that look, we are different people, man.
Mm.
You know, I grew up on Lady Gaga. Things are different.
Oh my god. Anyway, uh,
Meet suit at the VMAs. What are you talking about? Our lives are not the same. I am not an extension of you. You know, good
yeah.
kid, Mad City.
Oh Jesus. Anyway, and Andre finds out obviously that his dad knew, and yeah, I'm interested. I don't want to talk about it now because I feel like we'll talk more about that relationship as the stuff goes on. Um,
Hmm. And him and his dad
yeah,
have a very power moment. The TV show, and his dad is like, "Shut the fuck up, nigga! Shut the fuck, shut
I mean, that does
the
does some good acting in that scene when he
It's
quickly just
like
switches from like don't do
yeah,
anything to oh hi.
yeah,
Okay, let's wrap up there. I got this under an hour. I think we'll have very fun conversation for this show as it goes. I think
mhm.
it's one of those shows that TMT and I've discussed shows like this before. Is like my hope for a show like this is that even if it's not good, I want it to be fun. I want it to
I
be a
think it's
good
good.
watch. Yeah, I know.
I
Oh
think
no, I
it's
think
good
it's
so
good. I'm just saying,
far.
like generally, just like if it's not good, I want to have a good time talk. I don't want to feel like oh, we have to talk about Gen V today.
Yeah.
But so far, I think it's good, and I think it's fun, and I can't wait to see the
Can,
rest of the
can
season.
we can we do RT predictions? Like, what do we think it's going to score on Rotten Tomatoes? Is that a thing we're allowed to do?
I
I
mean,
think
you
it.
can.
I think
I
it.
wouldn't want
I
to
think it was.
participate in that,
Uh,
but go ahead.
I'm not really crazy about RT because
Yeah, me neither.
I would
Yeah, me
say I
neither.
don't know. With I don't know. I think it was scored in the 80s. To be fair, I think it was scored in the 80s.
Yeah,
But I
I
don't
mean,
think
there'll
people are
be
that fussed about Rotten Tomatoes.
you say
Guy,
people aren't.
I feel like to watch a show, I feel like getting people to the door, maybe Rotten Tomatoes helps, but I feel like people saying the show is like amazing all time. I feel like Rotten Tomatoes is not what it used to be in people's minds. Like,
I think it still is
okay,
for
show is
movies
100.
though. I think it still is for
I think I,
movies.
I think it's I'm not going to lie to you guys. I think Rotten Tomatoes is very strong. I think when you Google a movie, even before you hit the Wikipedia, the artist, it's
I
always
I
RT
hate
and
I
Metacritic.
hate so
Fair
much that
enough.
that is there. That I don't know when
Yeah,
it happened
Yeah.
like 3 or 4 years ago when like the score just
it's
comes up now. I hate it
it's
so
insane.
much. I was like, I just want to find out the director of this film. I don't want to see the score. Like, just I hate it
Yeah,
so much.
and
Fair.
So
it
sometimes I have to go
lends them.
straight to I have to go straight to Wikipedia to search the film, just so I don't see the
Yeah,
score.
it lends them
But
so much
so much
credibility that
credence.
they have
Yeah,
not earned. They have not earned.
I still think Rotten Tomato is not as like linked with TV. I think IMDb still works more for TV at this point, but
Mm,
Rotten Tomatoes for film definitely. I think
mm.
Rotten Tomatoes can destroy a film right now. If like a film is coming out,
You okay?
a
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
especially like a non-superhero film that doesn't have like it's already built-in audience. If it's coming out and like
yeah.
people like this is 20%, nobody's going to watch that movie, man.
But
Like
to be
just forget about
fair,
it.
even though it's not the all end or like if Rotten Tomatoes says like a movie is terrible, 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 I think like 9 out of 10 times. Like if it's that level of terrible,
Oh yeah, I
then
mean I do think I. So I say this
Oh,
right, and I
there's a
don't
degree
use
of accuracy. Yeah.
yeah, I don't like to use Rotten. I just mean critically. I think most times it's very unlikely that there'll be a critical consensus that will be
Mm,
wrong.
mm,
But I don't like to use Rotten Tomato because unless it's like a 20% or an 80 plus, or let's say
mm.
30% or an 80 plus, it doesn't usually have that consensus in mind. You get what I mean? Like a 70% could be a movie that a lot of critics actually really did like.
Like the sound
Or
of freedom. Yeah.
Jesus Christ. You always find you know what? I should have known that's where I was ending up. On that note, oh fuck, I can't believe I let you bring that back into this podcast. On that note, thank you very much,
our,
Bolu,
our
for
white
making your
will.
debut.
no
TNT, I'm
problem.
muting you. Bolu, thank you very much for making your debut on the podcast. TNT, fuck you. To everyone that's listening, thank you. Please check out other podcasts on Winning Time, Rest in Peace. Top Boy, we covered that. We covered sex education. We are covering the Continental. We plan on being back to cover Gen V. I don't know what we'll do in the next few weeks, but for now, it's going to be Gen V focused. And then if you watch Barbie Oppenheimer, if you're someone that's smart on like TMT, you can go check out what we talked about. We had some fun conversations
Hey.
on both films, um, both us and our film focused podcast. But for now, thank you very much. And yeah, well, can I just say I love that like Godolkin University's abbreviation is God U. Like
Oh,
I
that's
love
really
that. Like
good, actually.
yeah,
I
like
like
the
that.
school. Yeah,
Mm,
I love that. But for now, thank you very much for listening. And join us next week when we'll be joined by Oscar winner Daniel Kaluuya.
Daniel Kaluuya.
Bye,
Wait,
guys.
hold on.
What?
Wait, don't end yet. Let us
Okay,
plug
talk.
our things. Let's plug our things that we're doing.
Do you have more things to plug?
Yeah,
you sound
guys,
tired.
I do a little podcast. It's called Submarriage. And
Okay, I mean you've plugged some enough times on this podcast, but go ahead. I thought you meant like a new
yeah,
thing.
I record it naked most of the time.
Jesus
So
Christ.
check it out.
Is that meant
It's
to be
fun.
positive or a negative?
It's a positive. I love
Anyway,
my
there's no
body,
video,
and
so it's fine.
it's a body positive.
Okay.
um,
I'm
also,
glad we're at the end.
Bolu, what do you have to plug besides your phone that
Nothing.
keeps making noise?
Not nothing.
Okay,
I'll
all
get
right.
you back
Well,
on that.
there you have it, folks.
Yes, this is
Have
becoming
a
an
great
episode of
weekend.
marriage, and I don't have the strength for that. So,
You know,
uh, I don't have strength for that chaos. Okay, bye, guys.
All right. Have a great night.